let's turn off all voices.
How do you do that?
Ooh, I dropped Carter.
Oh no, don't drop Carter.
All right. Carter, can you still see okay? All right. Okay, everybody's up. Here we go.
Can't hear Carter.
Carter, can you still see okay?
I can't see any of the words on there.
That's okay.
I think one moves to separate.
That's okay for now.
Okay. That's alright.
Hold on. Hold tight. I'm going to adjust
Oh, the computers. Oh no, don't take them away.
Is that better?
Oh, Lord.
That's good because that's as good as it's going to get. Okay. Here we go.
Notes.
I'm tired.
Good for you.
7. Pass these over to Sarah, please. That's her row.
No, I can't do
Your row.
Good draw.
All righty. So these are the notes we're going to take today. We're going to talk about slope. Stop talking. Slope intercept form. We'll glue it in when we're done.
Carter, we can't hear you very well. You have to speak up.
Yell into your phone, whatever you're on. He's on his headset.
No, it's
Just
PC.
yell really loud.
For no reason at all.
Yeah, yell into your headset.
All right, friends. Here we go.
I think Carter said something.
Yeah, I can't hear
All right. Shh. You have to be quiet if you want to hear Carter. If you're talking, you're not going to hear Carter. All right. Slope intercept form. When we look at our slope intercept form for our equation up here, for our linear equations, we have the y is equal to mx plus b. We talked about that yesterday, right?
Mhm.
What does the m? What represents the m? Courtney.
The COP.
The COP. And in this context, we learned or we figured out that the COP is basically the what?
Slope.
The slope.
Slope.
So the M represents the slope. What does the B represent? Crew?
Where it crosses the y-axis.
Yep, this is our y-intercept. Or sometimes it might be called the initial value, the starting point.
Wouldn't that be why?
Yes, please.
No, the B is your y-intercept.
What's the why?
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someday.
Now, we've been talking about all these points on the line of the graph, right? Kira, turn around, right? All right, so when you look at what is the y and what is the x, you're going to think about the ordered pair, x comma y. That's any point on the graph of the line. This is going to be your y, and this is going to be your x. So when you plug in all of these things, when you multiply the slope times any of the x on the ordered pair and add the y-intercept, it should equal whatever that point is. Does that make sense?
This is
Y
fun
is equal to
stuff.
Y and X is equal to X.
Correct.
That makes so much sense.
This is fun
See there?
stuff.
Why?
Good stuff.
X. Wait, does that say X? Wait, what do you have to do to get the first variable?
This one?
Yeah.
It's the ordered pair, which is just a point off any line. So if you look at yesterday's, stop talking please so Carter can hear me, guys. All graphs have points on them, right?
Yes.
So I could pluck any perfect point. A perfect point is going to be where it goes across two lines, and that's got an ordered pair, right? That's
And that's
one.
like where the lines perfectly meet.
Yep, that's 1, 2. That's x, y, right? That point right there. So you could take that and plug it in here. That would be,
That's what the Y equals.
yep.
But those are 2 digits.
Yes, because that's what the Y and X is.
This is x, y. It's 2 numbers, yes.
So how do two numbers fit into one variable?
It's not a
They
variable. It's
don't,
the ordered
Carter.
pair.
The y is this y, and the x is this x. Two different places, two different numbers.
I didn't see that. Sorry.
Yep, that's okay. All right, identify the slope and the y-intercept. So when you look at the equation, what's the slope? What's the y-intercept? For number one, what is our slope in this first equation? Tyler.
5/6.
5/6. What is the y-intercept? Haley? 6. Yep.
That's easy.
No trick questions here. Number 2. What is the slope? What is the m? Dalton?
-1/2.
-1/2. What's the y-intercept? What's the b?
Your projector is experiencing college.
Ooh.
I thought you said
I can read it.
Courtney?
Yeah.
-8. Number 3. What is the slope? Everybody? 2. What's the y-intercept, everybody?
3.
All right. Number 4. What is the slope, Haley?
1.
1. How many people agree that it's 1?
Will says sure.
Daisy?
I think it's 1 because usually last year we learned that just the letter or just one thing equals 1.
Correct. How many people agree it's 1?
I
How
agree.
many
yes.
people think it's not 1? Bendler, I love it. What do you think it is?
-1.
You are correct, sir. Negative x. You have to take the negative with it. It's a -1. You were all right that when there's not a number in front of the variable, it means 1. But you have to pay attention to the sign. That's -1. What's the y-intercept, everybody? -4. Number 5, what is the slope? Everybody?
-4/3.
And what is the y-intercept?
7.
Fantastic. What questions do you have over identifying?
I have one.
Carter has a question.
How did you get a -1 for the -x number 4?
Because a variable with no numbers around it would just be 1. And since there's a negative sign
Wouldn't
in
it be
front of
0?
it, it's negative.
No, because 0 times anything would be 0. So if I plugged in any number for this x, it would always equal 0.
And with
That's why it's
variables,
1 and not 0.
with variables, you're actually supposed to add like 1 at the end of it in case there's no other number with it, like 4 times variable.
Okay. Next, we're going to write the equation using the slope and the y-intercept. So this time they're going to give you the slope and the y-intercept, and you're going to plug it into slope-intercept form. So number 1, Courtney, what's that one going to look like?
Y equals 2x plus 3.
Excellent.
Can I try the next one?
You sure can. Give me just 1 second. For number 1, the m was 2, and the b was 3. We just plug them straight in. All right, Carter, number 2.
Okay. So it should be y equals 5x plus -4.
Good. You can write that a second way. What's a second way you could write that equation, Grant?
Y equals 5x minus 4.
Excellent. Both of those equations are the exact same thing, and you need to start getting comfortable seeing that. Okay? Number 3. Who wants to do number 3? Daisy.
Y equals 1/4 plus 1.
You forgot something very important.
I did?
Yep.
Yes. Oh, x.
Yeah, 1/4 or 1/4 x plus 1. Everybody good?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you can go ahead and glue that in on your next page. If you need to trim some off to get it in there.
I think I'm learning that.
Now we're pre-algebra. We can problem solve.
Yeah, you can go ahead and glue it in. We're done writing.
I don't think Dylan understands what class we're in.
Carter said something. I don't know who said that.
So Gary, you're like,
Yes. Yep. Did I put him in the absent folder yesterday for Tuesday?
Yeah.
I might not have put him in there. Check and see if I put it in there. I can't remember.
Gary likes his mom.
Gary likes my mom.
Gary likes his mom.
Stop talking about people's moms.
Guys, that's weird. Gary loves his mom.
Carter, do you like your mom?
In a good way.
Stop
Yeah.
talking about people's mothers.
What about that?
As a mother myself, I take great offense.
Thank
Or
you, Mom.
moderates. Or people's moderates. She told you. When I get mad at mom,
She
I
just
call
said
her
mother.
moderate.
She never said father.
It's nothing in that.
I'll get him for you. All right, friends. Today, to practice, we are going to do 2 sections of IXL.
Yay.
Carter. You just hear Carter's music. Yeah, you gotta listen to music while you do IXL, remember?
That's true.
Oh my gosh, next time on Zoom you gotta turn on your voice changer. Do it, turn it on.
Carter's doing some off-camera reminders.
Wait, do you have your soundboard? Carter, do you have your soundboard?
All right,
Play the
everybody
Chips
be
Ahoy
quiet.
ad.
The 2 sections you are going to work on are going to practice what you just practiced in your notes. 8th grade AA4 and 8th grade AA8.
Are we gonna need calculators for it?
You shouldn't need calculators for it now.
She walked away, what's up? What do you need?
Is there an IXL for the other things that we are doing that we're doing on the day?
Might have to ask her. Mrs. Bird, Carter asked if there was an IXL for the worksheet.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Talking to Tom.
Tell Carter to hold on a second.
That's all right.
I'm putting my finger away.